Terry May, the riff is grind time. I need her. Grind time. I need her.
Looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And the good news about James Harden, he is back healthy and ready to play.
Yeah, everybody's glad to see him back out there. It was surprising to me to see just how well they were able to cope with his injury. A lot of guys stepped up in his absence, and they hardly missed a beat.
Yeah, ironically, their confidence seemed to get a big boost when he was out, not because of his absence, but because they were able to succeed and play well without him. But now you add him back into the mix. I mean, this could be something really special.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter, and it's Mr. Moves in at the point, and he gets the bucket. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the wash to the Suns in Phoenix.
Yeah, they were really in a funk from the field, guys. Credit the defense, definitely, but even when they got open looks, they were not hitting.
Hey, Steve, me and you flub up words and misstate things on occasion. So do these players have bad nights. It happens.
And it's good. Mr. Moves got his second basket of the night.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
Poked loose. And it's the Rockets on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
How about that nice 1-2 punch there, guys? Great defensive play, and of course, it leads to the great basket in transition.
Love the attacking style there, Steve.
And Sacramento has possession. 4-point game. Bowden, the pass to Anderson. It's stolen by Ariza. Jones dishes to Harden. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Well, they're doing okay as the season goes on. They're shooting about 76% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Now here's Collison. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Pass to Bowden. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Mr. Moves. Cranes the three-pointer. Mr. Moves got 10 points.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Outside Collison. Pass to Stauskas. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Mr. Moves passes to Harden. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him, and that one's good.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Outside Collison. He kicks it to Anderson. Six to shoot. There's the three. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, this contest didn't go well for them last time out. They played a very undisciplined game, got into foul trouble, and wound up not having the unit they would have liked to have on the floor down the stretch.
We'll look now at the 2K leaderboard to find out which small forwards have had the hottest second halves of the season from the field. Number 1, Trevor Ariza.
And obviously looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He really works hard to get good position on the inside to get some high-quality looks.
And that hard work is paired with a very aggressive mindset, Steve. I mean, he attacks the basket whenever he gets the chance, every opportunity, and a lot of his shots come right at the rim.
Here's Collison. James Harden picking up that last basket.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
No good for Mr. Moves.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
And so it's Houston with it. Sacramento making their last shot. Jones with the screen on Collison. Here's Mr. Moves, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
And a look now statistically over the last month for the Rockets. First in field goal percentage. First in fewest turnovers a game. And they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Harden outside. Here's Koufos. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Kings trail by 9. Screen by Cousins. And McCallum kicks to Cousins. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Harden with the stuff.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. Double-digit lead already.
Here's McCallum, averaging 6 points per contest. Landry with the screen to the wing right side. Passes it to Bowden. Shot clock at 5. Here's Cousins. It's hauled in by Tolliver. For the Sacramento Kings, their last game a loss to Orlando.
That game really got out of control for them. And, you know, when the lead got big, it seemed like they just mailed it in. That was the disappointing part.
Yep, it sure was. I mean, until their mindset improves, Steve, that's exactly what's going to happen to them against better teams in the league.
And Sacramento has possession after the made shot for Mr. Moves. And there's the pass to Bowden. Kings moving the ball around. McCallum with the bucket. Rockets leading by 10. Here's Mr. Moves. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Mr. Moves got 16 points.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Here's Harden. Cannot hit. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Rockets lead by 13. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, not pitching it up here. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. They've got Collison. Anderson is out there with Hill. Then it's Johnson. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Had so much space there. The defense really not showing him the respect. You could see his eyes get wide.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, Mr. Moves in that last game against the Suns played some outstanding basketball. He had 29 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. It was the kind of game that coaches love because he was a big factor in every play, it seemed.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he already was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable.
The Kings shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one is off. McLemore's checked in for the Kings. Ray McCallum comes in for Darren Collison. And the Rockets making a change here as well. James Harden, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get him out of this hole.
And he gets it to go.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Here's Mr. Moves. 29 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And what stood out to me in particular was his gorgeous playmaking out there. He was finding his teammates in great positions to score. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Here's McCallum. He dishes it to Hill. Banked in off the glass. Hill's got 5 points in the quarter.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Mr. Moves. The 19-footer is on the money. And the Rockets lead by 13.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Here's McCallum. He has 5. Pass to Bowden. Anderson against Jones. 6 to shoot. Here's Bowden. And again, it's Sacramento converted. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Mr. Moves. It's rebounded by McLemore.
Tell you what, we haven't seen them be as aggressive driving the lane and drawing fouls in this quarter, but so far it hasn't cost them on the scoreboard.
And I think part of the reason it hasn't cost them is they went at them hard in the first quarter, and now they're picking them apart a little bit from the outside. I don't think they can get too comfortable out there, though, or the lead could start to dissipate.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Anthony Tolliver, he's checked in for Houston.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Boy, they are as hot as can be from mid-range. They're getting run off that three-point line, but they're taking advantage and knocking down those middle-range shots.
Steve, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on pull-up jumpers.
McCallum dishes to McLemore. Here's Cousins. Here's Bowden. Drops it in from 11 feet. Bowden's got 4 this quarter.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Here's Mr. Moves. Can't get it to go.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You know, Mr. Moves has been exceptional here, guys, today.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
So on the floor for Houston, Mr. Moves, he's in at point guard. Ariza the 3 and Jones the 4. Harden out there with Costa Koufos. The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one at the line is good. And the Rockets making a change here. Howard's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Mr. Moves passes to Ariza.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul him, and free throws are better than a layup.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And his free throws are only going in at about a 72% rate this season. Not a terrible number, but something that could definitely improve.
I think it's been a disappointing year for him at the stripe, guys. I mean, he hasn't been as productive as he was last season from there.
Stauskas kicks to Collison. Lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Stolen by Collison. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's Hill from the right block. This shot is good. Hill's got 9 points. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Mr. Moves. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
What a competitor, Kevin. He's been looking for a shot all game long, and he's really shouldered the load for them offensively.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He told his guys to make sure they keep the pace fast, to get out and run each and every chance they get. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Just 4 to shoot. Collison with it. Now defended by Mr. Moves. Rockets shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And he gets it to go. Well, with that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pine.
Jones against Anderson. He feeds it to Collison. Connects in the foul line jumper. Collison's got his second basket of the game.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Here's Mr. Moves. A three-pointer off the mark. The Kings trail by 8. Kings moving the ball around. Collison, no good.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Here's Mr. Moves. He's guarded by Hill. Ariza has the open look, and it's off from three-point range. The drive by Collison. Here's the screen. Right wing. Lets it fly from 18. And that's good for 2. Stauskas has got 7 points.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Here's Mr. Moves. He's got 29 points. Jones the best to Mr. Moves. From 18 feet away. That is good. Mr. Moves got 31 points.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number 1, they're ahead.
Now the feed to Anderson. Anderson right side. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Mr. Moves. A stupendous finish in traffic. And now a 10-point Rocket lead.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Pass to Stauskas. Anderson, a screen on Hart. Stauskas kicks to Anderson. Howden, Ariza covering, and he jams it with authority.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the...
You're up. Let's go.
Time to do my thing.
16 seconds left to play here in the third. Harden kicks to Tolliver. Feeds to Koufos. And stolen by Cousins. Johnson dishes to McCallum. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. McCallum's got his third basket of the night.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Harden.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assists like the one we just saw.
Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Ray McCollum out there with Ben McLemore. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. The Kings trail by 9. Here's McCallum. Passes it to Bowden. Screen by Cousins. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. And the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Anderson, he's checked in for Landry. Stauskas comes in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for McCallum. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Ariza's checked in. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Tolliver's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Mr. Moves passes to Harden. Here's Stauskas. Great D that time from Howard.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Cousins. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. They set the pick. Howard with a screen on. Here's Mr. Moves. Doubled by Collison. Tolliver. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
No good from Cousins. Rockets leading by 9. Here's Harden. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And Cousins gets it to go.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Lets it go from the wing. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Mr. Moves got 38 points.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Anderson a screen on Ariza. Here's Bowden. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Houston.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Sacramento making a switch here. Hills checked in, and a switch here also for Houston. Jones checked in for Anthony Tolliver.
Great second half. I mean, he came out of that locker room ready to play.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Randy was just going over the plan with his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Collison with it. Now guarded by Mr. Moves. 6 to shoot. A drive by Collison, and Anderson kicks to Stauskas. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Houston leading by 8. Here's Mr. Moves, and Houston again with the bucket.
They're on fire from mid-range, guys. They found a weakness in the defense, and they're exploiting it to a T.
Not often you see a team rely on.
None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Bowden, the pass to Collison. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter. Now the pass to Bowden with the shot. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, the team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Here's Mr. Moves. He's covered by Collison. Mr. Moves. Shot is off.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Collison with it. Out guarded by Mr. Moves. Pass to Bowden. And Jones sends it back. Here's Mr. Moves. He's covered by Collison. The shot's good for Mr. Moves.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense. .106 left in the 4th quarter of this one.
Lets it fly from 18. It's rebounded by Houston. At one point, they led by 16. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mr. Moves got 46 points.
I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Rockets.
And Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
Bragging rights between these two teams were on the line today, and I'll tell you what, they put in a lot of good work to earn those bragging rights.
Yep, this means they'll come out on top in the season series 2-1.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Mr. Moves. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Collison kicks to Hill. Goes back up. And there's the play by Anderson inside. Here's Mr. Moves. He's covered by Collison. And the shot drops as they pick up 2 points for Mr. Moves.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Three-pointer. And another 3 for Houston.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win and no